Come on, man. You're your prop. Welcome back to another episode of the John Pint Show. I'm your host, Half Pint. Dude on the phone acting like he got some minutes left. It's John Well. Story of the day happens to be something that has been, I'm pretty sure, played over and over again. And we're not to be called Johnny Come Lately, but we wanted to wait till everybody weighed in on the situation. And it was comments made by Common about how black people need to extend a hand to whites and get over racism. As much as I loved your art, and I loved you.
I didn't. I always knew something was wrong with you.
You done went and gone Hollywood on the sister. And at some point, I thought this brother, who was, deemed on some level as a conscious rapper and had some conscious messages in his music, I didn't think this was a comment that I would ever hear from him. At some point, yes, we know that racism exists, but it's not us as a people that are not open to race relation conversations and tolerance in situations like that. We are extending our hand. We have been extending our hand. But at what point do we keep extending it before you start smacking it and not say, enough is enough? It is not us. It is the counterpart that has the issue with addressing the real situations. And what Common's comment is that we're supposed to just forget, move on, and then let them continue to treat us the way they've been treating us.
People keep talking about the race card, right? Why do black people keep playing the race card? I'll put it to you this way. You cannot play a card that is not already in the deck. All right? And we didn't put the card in the deck. So now, like Malcolm X said, how you going to talk to somebody that's holding a rope if you don't have a rope? So one dude got a shotgun, the other one got a rope, the third one's calling you nigga, and you're going to extend your hand to those people? All right, good luck with that.
At some point, my perspective and my perception and my experience has to be throughout the curriculum that exists in this educational system, and it does not. What you see is colonialism. You don't, and the only time that you will hear about the accomplishments of people of color will be that shortest month of the year.
You know how you get down. Mm-hmm. You just got real scientificalistic on them, right?
You still making up words, John Wells? We're gonna start a segment where it says John Wells word of the day.
Listen, you can navigate through Hollywood. You can navigate through these waters, but you have to be satisfied with a certain plateau. Once you win these Grammy Awards, and once you win these Oscar Awards, and you show up to collect said award, and you're giving this acceptance speech, that acceptance speech is really you saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes, whatever you ask me to do. There. To keep the status quo, so I keep getting this money that I'm getting ready to get. Common, he didn't say that shit till after he won that Oscar. Steve Harvey. Now, he comes from a totally different place. Now, they gave him all of these TV shows. Mm-hmm. They even gave him a platform to tell black women how to be black women. You ever heard it?
Think like a man act.
So he's going to tell you whatever they say. Whatever they tell him to tell you is coming down the pipe.
Even with LL Cool J's song with the country singer, was it Tim McGraw?
Mm-hmm.
Colorblind. What's disappointing to me is to watch this brother who we watched kind of. He opened up for us at a show at the New York Music Seminar.
I remember that.
So watching him grow and to the person that he's become, that's what makes me disappointed.
I remember him because he was told not to look me in the eye.
At some point, this is where we as a community have to come back and say, we're going to dictate our own fate. We are going to redefine our roles.
But you can't. That's what you keep saying that, but you can't.
And I don't believe that we can.
How can you?
Because at some point
you have no power. That's how it's structured.
And I agree. And that might be. But my thing is that if I so believe in my people the way that I do, I have to believe that there's hope. I have to believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And at some point, we have got to get together and come to an understanding about what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves, because we can't look at the other people who do it for us.
This country was built on what? The eradication of the Indians. Absolutely. And the enslavement of the Africans.
I agree, but at some point, that does not mean that I cannot continue to keep trying and
you can dream.
Hope and believe in my people that someday we're going to overcome. Because that's the same thing that our ancestors and elders thought when they were brought here on the boat. That someday, at some point, my kids and my offspring will be free. And that's and whether it's my lifetime or not, the idea that I have set the precedent or I've refused to compromise on certain integrity, certain things, that I set a standard that those people behind me will learn from. And that's all I'm saying.
The answer that I was looking for, why should you care? Because I'm going to make you care. That's the bottom line.
Well, isn't that what hip hop did at some point? Made them care and threw it in their face and said, listen, you can take away anything that you want, but you can't take away my dreams. You can't take away my voice. And
they did.
And that's what we see, because we've allowed it at some point.
They know we didn't allow it. We have no power. We don't own record labels. As long as you're putting out murder music, they're going to let you do that. If you come out with something else, nah, not so much. We can't blanket this and blame white folks. No. You got people who come over here, move into your neighborhood, and then tell you, yo, this is my neighborhood. What you doing here? I've been living here for 20 years. Well, we've been here for 2 weeks, so this ours now.
That's the mentality of colonialism that has always existed somewhere in the world. This is what you see. This is the counterpart to that trap music or whatever else that you were hearing. So now he just went in Hollywood, and this where they give you a script, you read it, and that's what it is. And you now become that person for that time period until he goes and wears a dress.
Well, see, okay? Al Sharpton is the same way.
So thank you again for all your love and support. Catch us every Tuesday, rapstation.com. I'm Half Pint.
Peace. You know what it is.